Sorry, my voice is really messed up. Hey, how's it going? This is just an impromptu live stream. I wanted to cancel my own intelligent sentence by breaking my opening. So here we go. I have a couple other panelists that are going to show up in about 5 seconds after I'm done ruining my sentences. I wanted to do a quick overview discussion and look at Upper Echelons video from last week about the Say No to Rage conspiracy involving cancel culture. So I'm going to bring up my panel before my mouth and my lips decide to fight over each other again, and we have Lethal.
Good morning. I woke up with an erection this morning, like morning wood, and then I realized it was because Fat Steven Seagal had messaged me.
That's great. So I am now a known source for erections for males. That's great. My life is coming up. Millhouse. How are you doing, Runner? This is where you talk, Runner.
Oh, I didn't know you were calling.
Hi, hey, how are you, Runner?
Hi, everyone. It's Runner. How's everyone doing?
I'm well, thank you.
That's good. That's good. My first question is, my first question, hey, Bone, nice in the chat. Do you guys know anything about Destiny 2, Bungie? Do you play anything? Do you know anything about like Twitch streamers or anything, like how the community is over there?
Do you want to go first, Runner?
I played like a teeny bit of Destiny 1. I played more Destiny 2. Wasn't a huge fan of it overall. Wasn't my cup of tea, really. So that's all I really know.
Yeah. My knowledge from Bungie is probably completely outdated because it comes from the Halo trilogy, the trilogy. So yeah, and Reach and ODST, I guess. But I never played Destiny 1. I played Destiny 2 for the first time like 2 months ago. I've played it sparingly. I haven't touched it in about 2 weeks, I reckon. I downloaded it for free. I hate the fucking multiplayer. But I quite like the game,
PvP
actually.
you don't like? Sorry.
The PvP. The PvP can fuck off, man.
Oh, well, PvP's been having problems for years. And it's like 7 years in and we're still having problems with cheaters and stuff and all that stuff. That's why a lot of player base is terrified with the cross-platform coming, because you'll just be PC players ruining everything. But
yeah, they tend to do that.
It's horrible. It is horrible.
But I know nothing about the community or anything about it. I'm just someone that just played it a few times and was like, yeah, this gun's awesome. Pew, pew, pew.
Let's just say it's been getting very toxic. Hey, Brightest. Hey, Wookie. Senate. Bone. We also have Shellback. Thanks for showing by. But it's bad. Like the community with Destiny itself, my eyes have been opened up to it a lot more recently. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. There was a Twitter guy who decided to complain about a name of a challenge that was called Blood and Honor, and they started to complain to Bungie that it was a motto for Yahtzee kids back in the day. So they actually bent the knee within 5 seconds to a Twitter handle with only 400 followers and get it changed in the next update. That was my first step of like, what the hell's going on here? And then I started going into I've been following SNTR for a while when he was back on the Purple platform, and I got a gist of what happened. So, hey, DD, we are going to look at Upper Echelon's video, because if Upper Echelon wants to do a video, he goes in with non-bias, he goes in with the facts and brings them to the surface of how a story either is solid or falling apart. Are you guys down for that?
I certainly am.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to bring it up. This is called the Say No to Rage conspiracy, also known as Lana. I want to state ahead of time that 2 of these people know nothing about what has happened, what is going on, and that's why they are on here, because then they can give an unbiased opinion and feelings of how this video breaks things down and whether or not it is a conspiracy to a point, or whether or not the fiction and the fact are not the same. Does that make sense to you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, now let's get into it. Let's play the video, not on the actual channel, but here we go. And credit to Upper Echelon doing this video, first of all.
No, Upper Echelon's good people.
Okay, so today's going to be a pretty intense video because the situation I'm about to talk about has literally ruined a man's life. Can he rebuild? Possibly, but that would require that he be allowed to move on from these events, which the Twitter mob is apparently unwilling to let him do. The subject is Say No to Rage.
So even right there, sorry, can we pause?
And the situation is an onslaught of accusations that paint him as a...
Even right there, that's spot on. Like, they just never let you move on. Like, even if you are in the wrong and you go, yeah, I take the L on that one, my bad, they're still going to hold it over your head forever. It's just ridiculous, you know? Like, whatever happened to forgiveness?
it's not even that though. It goes deeper, bro. Like it's gone to the point where they banned him. The developers banned him from the game without reason or anything.
See, that's bullshit, man. Like if he was
It
like a
is.
known cheater within the game, yeah, that makes sense then. But
No, dude, it's messed up, and that's why I like having honest opinions like right away because you're already
serial harasser, with some even going so far as to claim that he is a predator or abuser. The story
Sure.
begins, well, it actually begins over 5 years ago,
Well,
but
we
the
all
main
know this
portion kicks
playbook,
off with
right?
a situation in 2018 involving a fellow streamer named She Snaps, or Mind of Snaps. Snaps, as I'll call her from now on, was a friend, maybe at worst an acquaintance of Lano, who had been a guest on his podcast while exchanging messages with him for quite some time. These
So
messages
that's him on the
were
top
friendly
left.
at that
Yep.
time. However, there are in fact two different timelines
Hey,
here.
Biggles.
The first timeline
Hey,
is the
Megatron.
actual occurrence of these events, and the second timeline is when they were weaponized against Lano.
Hey,
It's an
Lasso.
entirely separate occurrence here. What transpired in the initial timeline, as the events actually occurred, was an incredibly complex chain of events unfolding during a Destiny-based convention. I won't turn this into a rehash of all the existing testimony because most of it is almost a year old at this point, some of it is far older, and the documents are very, very, very long. I'll have everything I used in the research of this video linked down below, however, as an index, so if you want to check it all out, feel free, it's all there down below. In summary, the convention went sideways when Lano got extremely high off of a vape pen belonging to She Snaps. This put him on a
What the
pathway to
fuck?
oblivion because as the night progressed, he said a number of things and acted in a certain way, which resulted in She Snaps feeling uncomfortable. Some of
Did
the
you pause
keynote
that there?
items
Sorry?
were when he touched her
Hold on a
hair
second.
at the dinner table, when he leaned against her on the bus, and when he would rub his own.
All right. Go ahead.
Did he just say that he got extremely high from a vape?
Well, technically, you can have THC and other type of vape pens, right?
Is that what this is? Because
He actually goes into it. The fact is, he didn't know, and that's where this is all falling apart. He actually will link the whole stories. Like you said, there's two different timelines, and he'll actually explain both of how the actual timeline event happened and what's been going on after.
I'm very curious what was in that vape because if it was this,
Well,
I
if
guess
you're
we're
not a
right.
smoker, if you're not a smoker, didn't know what was in it, and someone handed it to you something, don't you think you would be like kind of out of place, right? Especially at like a game convention or something, right?
Or if it's just like an everyday vape, like you see those people that are vaping, that shit
It
can't
wasn't.
get you high.
It wasn't. It was a THC.
It was THC.
It was a marijuana one. Yes, I just don't want to get keywords. I don't know how YouTube moderators are today.
No,
Like,
fair enough. But I mean, okay, if that's what it is, and shit, man, don't most people, not speaking from experience at all or anything like that, but most people go into more of a chilled out stage.
I guess it depends on the person, right?
All right, well, we'll find out.
Own legs and say things like, I get very sexually liberated or awakened when I'm intoxicated. These things, among others, resulted in She Snaps claiming she felt very uncomfortable and subsequently avoiding socializing with him for the remainder of that trip. After that, the downward spiral began. There were claims that Lano stole a creator badge for future conferences, which he was banned from, or snuck into them, that he tried to be near her at those events, that he even went so far as to schedule his own meet and greet time slot to be adjacent to hers as a way to get closer deliberately. And ultimately, their relationship from a professional and personal level completely fell apart. Here's the thing. I don't care about this. No one should care at all about this because, as described from all sides, it is effectively petty high school drama. A St. Jude's legal team investigated the situation after it was reported to them, found there to be no significant action items whatsoever, and life went on for both of them. Or so they thought. Now, when I say I don't care, I don't mean that there is nothing of consequence in those interactions. If you want to say that he was creepy, perfectly fine. If you want to say that he should have acted differently, also fine. If you want to personally distance yourself from someone because of accusations like this, or their actions at conventions, all power to you. But the most critical component here is that these interactions were dealt with at the time. She Snaps sent Lano an extremely long letter laying out all of her feelings. She told him exactly what had transpired from her own perspective, exactly why his actions were so unpleasant for her.
We've seen quite a few of these things
recently,
haven't we?
Years ago. What happened after that is where things got bad, because that is when accusations of him specifically rigging his meet and greet time slot to be near her surfaced, or allegations that he either stole a creator badge or snuck into the conference that he was banned from attending. Now we move forward in time to last summer 2020. Right now, there are just two main characters. Lano, the man accused, and She Snaps, the accuser. However, our cast is about to expand dramatically. Because 2 years after the letter had been sent, 2 years after the St. Jude's legal team had investigated the incident fully, and 2 years after they had determined that there was nothing significant to act on, She Snaps goes public with a long, detailed document rehashing the events from 2018, reposting the letter she had previously sent him, and further explaining a few situations in the time since where he had allegedly, as I stated previously, scheduled his meet and greet purposefully during the same time slot as hers and snuck into an event while hiding his badge because he had somehow maliciously acquired a creator badge so as to get close to her again. That's when things really hit the fan because she wasn't alone. Simultaneous allegations of inappropriate conduct came cruising in from all different directions. Princess Kitley, another streamer who had long been socializing with Lano, posted a series of direct message screenshots to Medium with a detailed description of how his sexual jokes had made her uncomfortable. And Viro, another member of Lano's community previously, posted a Twitter thread about how they had engaged in a very intimate conversation at a bar one night where he asked, "Would you like to go someplace quieter, like my hotel room?" which pushed her to have a nervous breakdown and miss her flight the next day. A streamer by the name Jules Verne spoke up.
Now, Lethal.
Yes, sir.
If so, don't call me sir. What am I, old, dude? Man, it's just my voice. Like literally, like if hey, do you want to go back to my hotel room? Does that make you feel like you're gonna have a nervous breakdown? Someone coming on to you, even if it wasn't coming on to you? Do you want to have a nervous breakdown?
No, I mean, assuming. Okay, look, no. To answer your question, no. But in the heat of the moment, if I wanted to, I'd say yes. But if I didn't, I'd just say no. No, I do not want to go back to your hotel room.
What's going on, Biggles?
Is it the Google moderators?
They love me like white on rice for some reason.
That's what I was gonna say. Is it the Google moderators?
I don't know what they're doing.
They've done that to me on a stream yesterday.
All right, but that sounds pretty weird. Now it's gonna start getting interesting. Watch this.
Up about how he had put his hand on her thigh during a card game at one point. Next, a streamer named Sarah Daniels jumped on board, saying he had creeped her out after he cornered her and made her feel uncomfortable at some point. So much so that she apparently, at the time, blocked it out of her memory entirely. And lastly, a streamer by the name Melrose chimed in, saying that Lano had come up to her at a bar, put his hand on her thigh, or tried to, as they talked. She denied him, and he later messaged her his hotel address. Meanwhile, her comment thread is filled with, "I'm so sorry you had to experience that. That's disgusting. And I'm so incredibly sorry this happened to you." Lano got hit from all sides, and it wasn't even over. Streamer Sh55, and I can personally attest to the fact that she is a drama fiend. This girl absolutely loves drama, seeks it out whenever possible, and I have personal experience with that from way back in the Division days. She jumped on board calling him an abuser and a predator, escalating the language dramatically. Dr. Lupo signal boosted some of the allegations out to over 1 million people and got his name literally trending on Twitter.
Yeah, Lupo, man?
Twitch banned his account. He lost tens of thousands of
here
followers
comes,
on
guys.
all
Now
other
watch.
platforms. And now, most recently, his Destiny account, the game, which is his main game and therefore effectively a major slice of his business income, has been developer banned with no option to appeal. That's important. We'll come back to that. This is where the timelines merge. Years ago, Lano had been attending conventions and made certain women feel uncomfortable. At the time, they dealt with it by sending him messages, letters, or even asking St. Jude to open a legal official investigation. 2 years later, in unison, their stories come out, and Say No to Rage gets buried. Here is one section I feel I need to highlight. These situations were largely handled before the publicity hurricane. As for instance, we can look at Princess Kitley, who posted a series of screenshots, deliberately omitting all of the parts where she sent explicit messages back to him, and she concluded with a screenshot of the lengthy message she had sent to him in light of his comments making her feel uncomfortable. I'm not going to read it all. It's pretty lengthy. There's really no point. You can if you want to, but it is phrased respectfully. Honestly, it's high quality, while bringing up the issues and clearly setting boundaries. It's a healthy thing to send. Well, Say No to Rage, Lano, responded to this with his own paragraph reading as follows. Quote, "No worries, Kitley. It was just a silly joke that I probably pushed too far from early on. Sorry, I joke like that with the guys and being dirty and never considered it would make you uncomfortable. To me, you're just a fun friend like the rest of the guys I chat with, Skype with, and play with. But you're right. It isn't cool to put you in that spot, and I'll keep it in check from now on. You're obviously a good friend that respects me to bring this to my attention, and I appreciate it." End.
Now, I have a quick question. I know a lot of people probably disagree with this. Do you think that the apology was giving them the bullet for the next handgun?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
I thought so.
These people just don't accept apologies. I can't just go, "Oh, Runner, sorry, that was my bad. I'm sorry," and then Runner just goes, "Cool, whatever." We move on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
But he's also
Nope.
a family man. He's very articulate. He doesn't cause drama. He stays away from it. He speaks with, like, if you ever watch or hear one of his podcasts, he's one of those things you can turn on the background and not realize you've lost hours of the day just feeling like you're having a conversation listening to the radio itself. It's very well done, and he takes a lot of pride in his stuff. So
Mhm.
I can see his kind of persona that he wanted to be like every other person. You don't want to offend a friend. That's the way it
Yeah.
works, right?
Yeah, no, that's totally right. Yeah.
Quote, "This interaction is perfectly fine. She clearly articulated what he had done to make her feel uncomfortable and how it occurred, which is very healthy to do. He responded, apologized, said he would make sure it didn't happen again, and it didn't happen again. He had been flirtatious. She had rejected that. Whether or not I or anyone else feels from the additional context in screenshots that she was engaging with that behavior willingly as well is irrelevant. He had apologized, fixed the problem, and no further issues occurred with that person. That's dead and buried. That's a situation that has been resolved. And I'm struggling greatly to understand what about that deserve to be called abuse or harassment." Likewise, additionally, many of the other claims also follow this parallel. The claim that one night in a bar he talked intimately with someone about their past and stated, "Would you like to go someplace quieter, like my hotel room," can be considered creepy, depending on cadence, tone, or phrasing. It can be insensitive or even highly obnoxious when it's understood that the person he was asking was an openly self-professed queer individual, if his underlying intent was truly that of a sexual nature, which he disputes. But is it nervous breakdown worthy? Is it miss your next day flight worthy? Is it bring this up again years later in a slew of accusations about times where he flirted badly or hit on a woman with little success so as to ruin his entire life worthy? You tell me. Here is where I have to play some clips because the narrative that emerged on one side claimed collusion in order to coordinate these statements for maximum damage, while on the other side, the narrative shaped that he was so awful, all these women, emboldened by the continuous stream of excessive bravery, posted their own encounters. One of the most vocal advocates for people to unfollow Say No to Rage on Twitter especially was Sarah Daniels. Sarah Daniels repeatedly claimed that, quote, "there wasn't a group or a plan or collusion," but casting doubt on that statement in her own words, you can hear the following.
So Danielle's partnered with Advanced GG, and they recently
Is anyone else getting
took a
hiccups, or is that just me?
And at the same
No,
time,
no,
he got
okay.
verified on Twitter.
I'm fine.
So we had all been talking about it in a thread, and it was just like, is someone gonna come out? Like, is someone gonna finally say something about this dude? Because like, he's just like top of the Destiny directory all the time. Like we have to do something. Like something has to be done. So
Well, we have to cancel him.
So I was like, I'm
Yep.
not gonna
Well,
come out.
wait. Okay, so you automatically thought by the way they're talking, it wasn't even about the fact that they consider him a predator.
Say it again, sorry.
So you just said you think that you automatically hear by the way she's talking, you sound like they just wanted to get rid of him.
By the sounds of it, yeah. Like, oh,
Yeah,
this guy's
me
at the
too.
top of this guy's at the top. We have to do something.
But does that?
Like,
but if he's at the top, why is that important? If they're trying to claim he's a predator, do you understand what's going on here?
Well, just based on the way this whole thing's structured, it's kind of pointing out that, hey, these are the people that are going after him, that they want to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know the Destiny community, but I dare say there's some jealousy involved.
It is high school bad.
What, just like click shit, high school click shit?
Pretty much.
touched me. He
Popularity
said some weird
and
shit
money
to me,
like
but,
shit.
I
I
just
hate
don't
this
feel
shit
like
though when they
my
fucking
story's powerful enough to like be the one to come out
Fake,
and start
like-
the whole thing, because we knew. I mean, we all knew about snaps and we've known about other women in the community, but it was hard to.
Since when is hitting on
That
a
begins to
girl
frame these events quite
sexually
differently.
assault, like, or sexual? Like, don't get me wrong, there's a fucking line. There is a line, but 9 out of 10 people know where the line is. You know, like I don't think there's anything wrong with hitting on a girl in most situations. Like, obviously, there's exceptions to the rule, but what's so bad about shooting a shot? If
But
you
that's
get knocked back, you get knocked back.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with dating. You're always going to get rejection. Well, except for Runner. Runner hasn't hit on a girl yet, so we're hoping that day comes soon.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome anytime, bro. Just because you wanted to tell people how to promote. I'm just joking. I'm just messing with you. But the thing is, this shouldn't matter if they're trying to label him as a predator. Is where I'm coming from with this. If he's actually this type of horrible person that's been horrible to women, why does it matter if he's on the top? Why does it matter?
Because the whole predator aspect is like I don't want to say guaranteed, but it's a pretty strong bullet to shoot at him.
So it sounds like the playbook from the cancel culture, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
and it just seems like it's a tried and tested method.
That's cool. We'll go back into it. We're doing good time though. Thank you.
Because she also references, what are we going to do? He's top of the Destiny directory. In her own He Also Creeped Me Out thread, she says, quote, and Twitter out here putting verified badges on these nasty men, and female Destiny Twitter out here like, oh, that's cool. He harassed me. Good thing he's glorified everywhere and top of the directory. That's awesome. Coolio boolio, end quote. The context here now has a completely different atmosphere. He was successful. He was rising in his career. He was top of the directory, verified on Twitter, gaining new contracts, and Sarah Daniels openly admits that a group of people, I am not privy to who exactly was contained within that group, were discussing what's to be done. Look at him. We need to take him down. It's already a spiderweb, but there's much more. One of the core components of the manifesto of She Snaps was that Lano had rigged his meet and greet at one of the conventions to coincide with her own. But from the receipts, email verifications, and DMs that both her and Lano shared, we can see quite clearly that his appointment was booked and confirmed a full day before hers was. He could not possibly.
This is just
have
a full
maliciously,
just setting him up to look like a full-on creep.
They are literally trying to pull everything to make him look like that, and like that's why I wanted to get other people on who don't know the situation, right? Because you don't even have to know what actually has happened to understand from this point of view of video that it's unbiased and it's using just facts, and it's already pushing the thing apart.
Well, look, he's got like the dates, the times, and shit.
Yeah,
His shit was set up before. And they're trying to say, oh, he's manipulating it so he can be close to us. It's like, no, he's fucking not.
I was on Lano's stream, like watching it the day of he found out he got banned, and
okay,
like you remember the Gina Carano interview, right, where she was talking about certain things where they're coming after, and she almost looked like she wanted to cry, like break down.
I had actually seen it.
Oh well, it was great. But there was a point now where I saw in his face the same face she had when they came after him again with the dev ban on Bungie with Bungie or whatever, and it's like you lose your way. You're losing yourself all at the same time, and then you have a family on top of that, and it's like you're just trying to take his soul away. And like it's starting to now come to the point where this perked up a lot of people's ears, and I think Echelon covered this because he is good with factual, unbiased reporting. And
he's actually just a cool dude as well. I've been lucky enough to be on a stream with him one time, and he's just a chill dude. You can just make jokes and shit with him as well.
All right. Well, it looks like Biggles cleaned up his room. So yeah, don't give me a thumbs up. I don't know where that's been. But we're gonna let him on, and no swearing for right now. Out of too much control, Biggles. Okay.
I thought you were talking to me for a minute.
No, fuck off, bro.
I can't promise that.
Hey, Biggles, we're gonna go through this. Do you know anything about the whole Signal and Rage conspiracy, or you just want to get here on the cancel culture with gaming?
So I don't know about the story, but it sounds just like when I got fired from Under Armour, and all the girls that worked there was one of the my best friend had broke up with one of the girls that worked there. So she got all the girls there, and they created this like sexual harassment thing. And like, I don't talk to any of them. And they said it happened on this day, this day, this day. And like, there was no women on that day that was working there. Like nothing like matched up, but all their stories were identical. So it kind of sounds like that's kind of what they did here, as what happened to me like 12 years ago.
That's fucking bullshit. I never knew that.
Damn.
Yeah, damn. All right, we're gonna go back in the video and we can share more thing going on, because if I don't want to. Yeah, let's just do it.
To get closer to her, seeing as his appointment was actually scheduled first. Next up, the idea that he had somehow stolen or procured a creator badge for one of these events in an inappropriate way. Well, there is eyewitness testimony from someone also in attendance, which verifies that no, in fact, he was given the badge by a convention staff member who insisted he have one. It was confirmed by St. Jude that they legally could not bar him from the event, so his attendance was in no way violating any given order or parameter set forth by any actual authority. He did not schedule his meetup at the same time. He did not steal or otherwise maliciously acquire a creator badge. It was given to him with insistence. Furthermore, a quote from She Snaps on a future livestream came out where she discusses the events and more specifically, the moments where this most recent campaign began.
So I was like, babe, I gotta go. She posted it. It's go time. I gotta go. I gotta go support her. So I like reached out to my lawyer immediately because, again, I'm afraid. I'm gonna be honest. Reached out to my lawyer immediately and ran just the first draft of like the text I was gonna respond to Jaws with through him, and said like, this is what I want to post. Is there anything that I need to be concerned about? And you know, he gave that base level approval that I needed. So I responded to Jaws and said like, me too, and I'm gonna need some time to compose my thoughts.
Pay close attention to the verbiage. She posted it. It's go time. That is the language of someone expecting a post to be made, understanding that when it is made, they should be ready and springing into action instantaneously. This clip also outlines that she had contacted her lawyer, fed her proposed message through him, and then posted it in response to Jules Verne within 5 minutes. 2 minutes later, Sarah Daniels had posted her own thread. Within 1 hour, far less than that actually, Dr. Lupo and King Gothalion were on board, and eventually this snowball of impressions and engagement catapulted the topic into the trending tab, thereby ensuring that the widest possible reach of the message would be people who know nothing else and simply see the surface level accusations, never looking deeper, never finding out more. Thus, his reputation was surgically, perhaps forever, ruined based on statements from years prior that had been handled between him and those involved under most circumstances, or even in the most severe case that I could find, investigated by a full legal team who determined that there was no actionable behavior to punish whatsoever, with the added detail that in some of those other scenarios, they had been handled amicably, where he immediately stated he was sorry for ever making anyone feel uncomfortable and stopped. Or situations where he simply said, "Want to come back to my hotel room?" and the person had a nervous breakdown. Here's the part where I need to make something very clear. Even if he had been officially banned from these conventions, I would not care. I am not a fan of his. I am not here to speak for his redemption. In fact, if he got banned from a convention for making people feel uncomfortable, fine, whatever. At a certain point, it just becomes a cost-benefit equation where the hosting party needs to weigh whether or not his participation or ability to attend at all is greater than the value for other creators that might not go if he does. Whatever they decide means nothing to me because having there be punishments for someone who makes others feel uncomfortable is not something I'm going to pretend can't or shouldn't happen. That's up to the hosting company, purely up to them. We live in a corporate world, undeniably. Likewise, someone being banned from Twitch for their actions that make fellow broadcasters uncomfortable. Is it biased? Is it inconsistent to an extreme? Absolutely, but I'm not here to say far and wide that everything these companies did in response to the situation was unfair. Lano got hit by a massive PR bomb, and there was going to be casualties. But it wasn't nearly over at this point. He lost the majority of his sponsors, untold revenue, and his entire Twitch account was banned after the accusations reached critical mass. But still, if that's all that had happened, I would not have covered this. He began to stream and rebuild on YouTube, finding a measure of success at least, until mere days ago, his entire 7-year-old Destiny game account got developer banned. Now, remember...
Wow!
Now, this is probably going to pop up later, but I'm going to bring this up now. One of the people, I believe, that are the accusers, I might be mistaken, I'm not going to say too much, in my opinion, is actually married to a Bungie dev.
Oh, fucking.
And the other thing is, I've gone through a lot of some of the devs that have Twitter accounts, and they've all gone to virtue signal with the pronoun in their bio. So that's the first red flag for most of us who know how pronouns, cancel culture, and all that other stuff that they put in their profile works, correct?
Yeah.
It's like a cult. And I'm saying that through opinion. But we'll get back into this. Hi, Moira. Hi, Gen X, Wookie, Lasso. Everyone who's here, thanks for actually watching and giving. I like getting an opposite opinion because this is part of pop culture and like the franchise stuff, but this is the gaming stuff. And gaming does have a hard standing when it comes to cancel culture because it's part of our pop culture. It's everywhere, and I hope that I want to bring a light to this because cancel culture bothers me. Bothers a lot of people. And when that came up, that ban that during that stream, I felt so bad for them.
So you were there when he saw he was banned?
Yeah, it was the title of his stream, and the people come. Even Gothix has done, I believe, an interview with him, and that hasn't dropped yet. And it's, if you know who Gothix is, that's the one who did the coverage of the zombie kills not too recent, right?
I thought that was Tipster.
Tipster, no, yeah, but Gothix did another one with actually showing all the receipts of how it was all false.
Oh,
I'll keep going.
Do you want, can I brag a little bit? Is that okay if I brag a little bit?
As long as it's not about your dick again, we're good.
Well, I do have a big dick. No, but the first time all the zombie.
I'm sorry, Lethal. Your big dick just muted you. I'm sorry.
I thought I flunked it out. The first time zombie kills went, got on the spotlight for bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You typed in her name on YouTube. Mine was the first video that popped up. I
was there on that live stream. Yep. She's blocked me too ever since I said I had stupid tweets and screenshots of stuff because she was complaining about someone doxing her, right? But when she posted the screenshot of her invoicing that 2K thing to that small YouTuber,
Shit.
Yeah, her full name was in the PayPal post that she screenshotted and put up there.
Yeah, I saw that. We were making fun of it on someone's stream.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't she the one that got a free Xbox or PS5?
It was the Xbox, but a week before, she actually got one for herself through Target.
Yep, she bought one.
So she's been caught in numerous lies.
It's the only kind of thing I remember from her, but that's really it.
All right, so we're getting a little off topic right now because that's somewhat related to what she did in the past. Let's go into the rest of this video.
Sarah Daniels, the one who focused repeatedly on his success as a primary factor, his verified badge, and his new brand deals in her initial statement, and further discussion of the topic. To refresh everyone's memory, here she is again.
We, for a few weeks, have been talking about this particular situation because recently he was partnered with Advanced GG, and our sweet Danielle is also with Advanced GG, and he recently got verified on Twitter, and we were kind of just seeing someone who had been handsy and harassed women, and that we've heard stories of in the community for so long, being like rising to power, being promoted, being put on a pedestal, essentially. Yes, thank you, babe. Don't take my sign with you. So it was really the Advanced GG partnership that sparked us talking about, okay, well, how do we what do we do?
Incredibly, there are tons of these moments with identical phraseology. Her framing is always about his success, and she consistently references groups where this was being discussed for weeks in advance.
I'm saying it, and here it is, and it was him. And I mean, I was like, and I was talking to I was talking to Lupo at the time, and we were trying to figure out what the to do, and so
I was just gonna. That's pretty much what I was gonna say. The Toxic Man Flow. I was gonna say, this is like you said, Fast Stevens ago. This is just fucking high school bullshit.
It is.
It is.
It is. It is. But they went after that because he was popular. He was becoming successful. So they just tried to destroy a man down to his income and everything. He lost everything on Twitch, right?
She's just jealous, man.
This is jealousy, but this is how the Destiny the whole cancel culture is not just one thing where we see on Twitter. If you even follow a couple of the people on Twitter, you can see it. It's the same thing. It's everywhere. It's infected everywhere. And it's most of the time it's not about including people, diversity, this, or this. You know what it's about? It's about goddamn money and popularity.
Yeah, which is fucked up, man. It is. Look, don't get me wrong. Look, it's nice to make a little bit of money. I make fuck all money online, to be totally honest with you.
Well, you got a big dick. It probably blocks out the webcam. So
Exactly. I don't know. Making a few bucks here and there is always good. is always good. I did a 6.5 hour stream last night. I made $1.50. I don't give a fuck. It was a fun stream. It's probably one of the funnest streams I've done in a while.
But you nailed it right there. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be fake. It's not supposed to be about the dollars. Because as soon as you start focusing on the money, like, I'll say that again in that. Like, I know I sometimes will pin my stream elements tip jar thing.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
But like the thing is, when you know the difference, when you start getting monetized and you start actually building your community larger, it becomes to a point where you start focusing more on the colored windows, and you forget that before you had those colored windows, those same people were there, just shooting the shit with you and talking.
That's it.
That's the line you can't cross.
No, that's it. And then to get jealous and to go try to destroy someone because they're making more money, that's fucking bullshit, dude.
Oh, I got a check mark on Twitter. No one really cares about that. No one really thinks that's like a badge of honor. I wish that these people
most people get roasted for having a check mark. There's like 4 good ones I can think off the top of my head.
Yeah, we make fun of a lot of the blue check marks except for Young Rippa. That's the only person I can think of.
I think Young Ripper would kick your ass, Biggles. First of all, I think
I don't know.
Ripper, Axel, Snyder, shit. They're probably like the only 3 I can think of at the top of my head. The rest of the time, you look at it and you go, "Oh, shut the fuck up, checkmark."
All right. Yeah, let's get back into this. We're almost done. There's about 5 minutes left.
I'm up. I have to back her up because the more people that start saying stuff, the more serious stories are going to come out. And even though I feel like I don't have a place by just being like, he was creepy, he cornered, he just said a little too much about sex, whatever. I felt really fucking weird about saying anything. And I was like,
this isn't like backing up a friend. This isn't that at all. This is lying with a friend.
I'd been cornered and creepy, etc.
She can't even make eye contact.
Retweeted my tweet.
Yeah, Lupo's it. This is where I don't like that.
Tagged the person.
I was gonna say, just look at her.
She directly states that there was a discussion with Dr. Lupo. Her verbiage contains things like "I'm up," and continues on to say that more people need to say things. So even though her story is insignificant, even though she stated previously, "He didn't touch me. He was just creepy, like half the island of Manhattan," paraphrasing.
I was like, well, why didn't you report it to the police? I'm like, I can't. Someone made me uncomfortable. I'm gonna report it to the police. Like. I have to report the entire island of Manhattan.
She still piled on board a mere 7 minutes after the initial tweet, 2 minutes after She Snaps had apparently run something by a lawyer and already posted, which kicked the whole thing off. But that wasn't even the point, because Sarah Daniels, probably speaking to him directly during one of the clips that we just played, is married to a Bungie developer. Now, circling back to Destiny, Say No to Rage was developer banned with no appeal and no explanation or email. And Sarah Daniels' Bungie developer husband tweeted this image 15 minutes after the ban. Not even done. Soon after the ban, as Say No to Rage was attempting to switch his content, an image of him looking at the Outriders logo circulated on Twitter, where users were flat out advocating that people mass report to the Outriders community managers and do everything possible to make sure that they, quote, know of his predatory past that led to bans from Twitch and Destiny.
Now I'm going to stop it there again. It's the same type of thing that a lot of us have been fucking dealing with. Rowan, I can send you an invite if you want on. He can't sue them right now. I don't want to give too information away, but he can't. It's going to cost too much. And he doesn't really want to attack these people back. He doesn't want to ruin them. He just wants what the Purple platform owes him or other sources of income that were taken away are given to him. He also understands that there's people out there in the community that believe the lie without understanding that it was a lie and a false narrative and went along with it. And they just went along with it. So this man has a good heart. Okay, he does. And honestly, I know that the people won't agree with the fact that he apologized once and that was just loading the gun. But if you are a person of integrity and you have your principles, you do apologize when you F up. You own your mistakes. That's how you grow as a person, because we're not perfect. We're always going to F up.
Yep,
but
absolutely.
But they go after him for a demo so he can't play the demo. How petty of a person of this on here. And when I even heard that My Name is Bife, the guy who does lore videos for Destiny, decided to open his goddamn mouth, that's when I unsub from his channel. And these are like this. The names this is all attached to. If you follow this on Twitter, it's getting crazy, and they're blocking people. Okay, the people that are like in question, they're blocking people. Actual conventions are blocking people. It goes deep. We'll get back into it.
End quote. Effectively, they are trying to kill his entire chance at making a living in the current game that he plays, successfully, I might add, at this point, and actively seeking out any future games he might even try in order to kill his future and his livelihood forever. When I began looking at all this, during the time I began researching this chain of events, the Bungie developer husband of Sarah Daniels blocked me on social media. I am preemptively, without ever having spoken to any of them, blocked by a large number of the people involved in this story. And looking at these events in context, I have one simple question to ask. Does Say No to Rage, Lano, deserve to have his entire business and financial future in this industry ruined completely because he creepily flirted a few times, and when they asked him to stop, he stopped? Is it okay to brutally, constantly harass someone because you think they harassed others for a brief period multiple years ago and have since improved dramatically? Even Sarah Daniels herself expressed, quote, "I've said clearly and so many times I felt weird about saying anything simply because he was totally fine at the last two events. Perfectly nice, and I had zero issues." End quote.
What the
Is her
fuck?
husband involved? The one tweeting bye-bye after Say No to Rage is developer banned with no explanation from a game in which he did not violate the terms of service in any noticeable fashion.
He didn't.
Years after
Yeah, see, that's
any
the
of
thing
these
right
events
there.
actually-
Like,
Okay.
as a developer, you're
You
in
just
no
played your card.
position to do that. A developer can, if he was cheating at the game, I would be totally on the developer's side with the banning of him. But why? Because the developer is fucking one of these girls that basically tried to did cancel him. So now he's such a fucking cuck.
But they've even been deleting their tweets. There's people that have been going along with it. They've been deleting their tweets. They've been doing all that stuff. Like,
Yeah, you got to burn the evidence, brother.
but
Yeah, after you commit a-
everything's
after you
archived.
shoot-
Everything's archived.
But that's the mentality. After you shoot someone, you got to throw away the gun. You know what I mean? That's what they're fucking trying to do. Not what they're killing him or anything like that. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you. But now I want to ask Runner first. Runner, you've been watching this and understanding this now, and you don't play Destiny, but you know of it. How do you feel as a younger gen? I'm gonna keep calling you that because you are.
Yeah.
When you hear something like this, like if you want to become a streamer and the fear of getting popular could lead to something like this.
I mean, it would be a lot to handle, but I mean, like this whole thing going on, it's like, oh,
What the hell was that?
That was me
Biggles,
moving in my
you
chair.
good?
I'm sorry.
Man down. Biggles is down.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Like if you know, if you're gonna do something, you know, weird or whatever, and you know, they tell you to stop, and you just give them an apology, it should just end right there. But it ends up with this streamer who I guess is married to a developer. I'm gonna say cancels this guy. Yeah, it's not what I would have done, but that's just it's dumb.
Runner says it's dumb.
Yeah, it's dumb.
How about
Agreed.
you, Biggles, before you drop something again?
No, I was moving in my chair, but I thought I had my mic muted, so that was my fault. I think it's stupid. Like, I've had stuff like this happen to me in real life, and I lost my job just as I was getting a promotion and moving to a different state for it. So I guess that was kind of a good thing in the long run. But sometimes, like, people just lie and they'll back up their friends, and like, it's like, oh, he said this, and they don't, and like, a lot of people don't like competition, so they try to like crush it. So,
All right, and before we finish up, I want to know if anyone from the chat or anyone on the panel, do you think this video has been biased at all, trying to favor one party outside of the other?
Not really, because he's even calling him out, saying, "Yeah, you're a bit fucking creepy."
Exactly.
I just want to make sure. That's why I wanted people that don't know about this to be on here, because it's a fresh pair of eyes, but they're still knowledgeable when it comes to cancel culture and how it's everywhere. And
So that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, the dude was a little creepy or whatever, and you know, he apologized and you know, and stuff. And you know, like you said, Fat Steven, this is high school material drama. I mean, yeah, I've seen it. I don't go anywhere near it. I have a small group of friends. I don't, you know, I don't get into that shit. But yeah, it's exactly that.
Well, do you know what this man's biggest crime is? He's shit at talking to girls, and they're kind of
He's
using that to
married.
say, well,
He has 2
he is
kids.
now.
Yeah.
He is now, but they're
He
trying to
was
say
then.
like,
He was then too.
oh well, okay, so you were flirting with girls when you were married, so okay, you're a
It
bit of a
wasn't really,
douchebag.
but what? But that's the thing, though. They're saying it's flirty, might not even been flirty, but that's not what we're looking for right now. Yeah.
Well,
he
at
might have
worst, that's what he's doing. At worst,
Yeah,
that's what he's doing. And okay, you're a bit of a douchebag then. Like, fuck you. But
I'll give you that. Like, I honestly want an honest opinion, so I'm gonna go into let's get into the last of this show so far because I'm actually loving you guys' opinions. Hello.
Actually transpired. Is any of this okay? You can think he's a creep. He was certainly inappropriate at that time when one considers the fact that he was married
He just said
with
it.
a family. But what is the price for asking a woman, would you like to go someplace quieter? What is the price for getting too high and making someone feel uncomfortable with your nearly incoherent words and you rubbing your own legs? What is the price for making sexual jokes and when asked to stop, respectfully and immediately abiding by those wishes? And lastly, how long should that price be paid? 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, forever? Should it be the death of a career, no future prospects, throw him in a gulag? Where does stuff like this end, and how on earth did we end up here? In closing, I don't even enjoy his content, but watching what has happened to this man for the better part of a year is frankly shocking. No one is willing to speak up because if you do, especially if you exist in the Destiny community, you get crushed by larger personalities and streamers. They have banded together to make sure that no one goes against their narrative.
that's cancel culture 101.
That's
Yep.
right there. But like, that's the thing, though. The fact that it got all the way up to a dev, that means any game that you get popular, like especially if MMO, and you've put years in. Like I put the same amount of years probably Lono has, and maybe not as much depth, but I've been playing that long. And to just have that account wiped out, you have to think about every dollar you put into that, all the friends you've met with that. That's everything gone in a moment. And from what I understand is that he actually did the appeal, right? And they just closed it. They never responded.
Bro.
He's still waiting. He's still waiting, bro.
See that
And
that would hit, man. As much, like, don't get me wrong, losing God knows how much money he lost for all this. That's terrible in its own right, but losing your account, like I know a lot of people are gonna be like, it's just a video game. Like, well, fuck you. You're not involved in this conversation, then you dumb cunts.
The same people, but no, hold on. Yeah, that's you're exactly saying the same thing when people say, "Well, it's just Star Wars." You're saying exactly.
It's just a movie. It's just a comic book. It's just a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if I get
wiped.
Go ahead, Lethal.
I was going to say, I was going to wrap it up.
His account isn't wiped. He's just been banned. All he can still access it through other apps, right? Because we have other apps like your item manager. If you want to pull stuff out of the vault, like it's still there. He just can't get into online. Yeah,
that's like that's terrible. Yeah, sorry, Biggles, go on.
They do. Sorry, go on, Biggles.
Yeah, so it's like if I was to get banned from World of Warcraft, like I've been playing that since like the first month it came out. So if you think of how much money I've spent on that game just from the subscription for the monthly, it's like over $1,500 of just subscription to play the game. So if they just randomly ban me because some girls say, "Oh, he talked to me at a convention," it's ridiculous, you know? I didn't like what he said. Ooh, scary. Go ahead, Fat Steven. It's all yours.
Oh, thank you for letting me have my channel. Thank you. With you and Runner, you're the ultimate team of yeah, just do it. He doesn't care. I'm all good. But I appreciate that. That's pretty much dead on. We'll finish it up, and I'm loving the chat too because most people don't know about this.
I'm not in the Destiny community, thank God. I'm not a part of that world, and unless there's some seriously more intense allegations out there with proof, I cannot comprehend how it is justified to take this man's entire life through which he supports a family, an innocent, unconnected family, when considering all of these events, and
that's
burn
what it's
it
getting
ground
to, Gen
with
X.
salted earth.
Like, we're laughing at that comment, but that's what it's getting to.
Again, and fence him in to make sure he can never move to another game. It's disgusting. That's it. If you want support, please consider checking out Odyssey, linked down below. It's a YouTube platform alternative, diversifies my options, and it's very rewarding for its creators. Also, Locals, for $5 a month, you can access ad-free versions of all the videos and also the audio podcast versions. There's another YouTuber to check out, merch, social media, etc., etc. But I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching, and have a nice night. Oh, and if the Destiny community does try to bring their band over here and brigade me and attack me with everything they have, bring it the f*** on, okay? I don't care. you're really not going to be able to do shit to me. And if you are, I have other things in the pipeline. Like, seriously, I'm not one of the people that you can just shut down because I'm obsessed with the Twitch Destiny directory and blah, blah, blah. Like, get out of here.
Wow.
So after watching that, all I gotta say is, do you think that man is a target, or he is actually fully accepting of what
He's
had happened
absolutely
to
a
him?
fucking target. There's a big fucking bullseye on him, and everyone's taking their shot to try and take him down, which is total bullshit. And like I said before, at the absolute worst, he hit on a girl and was a bit creepy and did it while he was already in love with a girl. And in that regard, you're a bit of a fuckhead. But that's nothing to lose everything over. Do you know who I think should have been the one? Like, because you said he was married at the time, right?
He is still married. Yeah, they've been married
He is
14
still married.
years.
His wife should have been the one to go up to him and say, "What the fuck?"
He actually went through heart problems supposedly, and everything. He has to keep his stuff all in check. And he literally, yeah, he I understand that. Like, no one's perfect, and I do agree with that. But I don't think what they're doing or what they're saying he's done adds up to how they're trying to destroy him.
No, there's no correlation at all. This was an opportunity. That's what there was. They used that as an opportunity to take him out.
I agree. What about you guys, man? Come on.
I mean,
So-
just watching that, I was gonna say, just watching that video alone, you know, all the stuff that was shown. Yeah, he's a fucking target. Just plain and simple. Yeah, he's a target, without a doubt.
Well, when you talked about earlier, where they said he got high off the vape pen, so there was THC in there, they could have set this up 2 years ago, and that they could have had him on a target list 2 years ago, and they're like, "Here, have this," and that could have messed him up, and then set him up and been like, "Oh, because he was high, he might not remember everything that happened correctly." So they could be like, "Oh, you did this, 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 and this," and then he has no way to fight back. You know.
I agree with that. And you know, like they brought up, even the girl brought up that he's a lot better. Like, he hasn't done it since. Do you know what I think is the correct punishment for his crime? Quote, crime. He should have been slapped by his wife. That's it.
Yeah.
One big one across the cheeks. Going, "Don't you fucking, oh, you little bastard." Simple as that.
But we don't know what happened. It shouldn't really matter. But I get.
Well,
what
that's
you're
what I
saying.
think. You know, based on what I've seen, that's the correct punishment. These other people getting involved should just shut the fuck up, and they're all liars. If he's off his chops and he may have flirted with a girl and it may have been a little bit creepy, the one who should be the most pissed off is his wife.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. He did have to atone for it, but that's not what I want to get onto about that. It's the fact that this isn't even about him supposedly being creepy to the point that they're making him. It's the fact that they're going out of his way to take his popularity, his monetization, his everything
it's
from
a target.
him because of
He is a
jealousy.
target.
Yeah, it's all jealousy. This has nothing else more than jealousy for money and popularity. And the Destiny community, after I've been doing more research and following like RNG Jesus and Echelons video, I don't play Destiny as much as I used to because I feel like every time I go into the game, I have no urge to feel like it's worthwhile.
Yeah, you kind of feel a bit like this is wrong. Like, you just got this weird feeling in your gut. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but when they canceled him off Twitch, it was, I think, a couple of days or a day before they have that. You know when they have the sub events usually.
Oh yeah, where it's like half price subs and shit like that.
Yeah, they got rid of them right before that.
September.
Yeah. But before we do any more little talking, Lethal, you have something you want to promote that seems to be hitting a lot of people with more cancel culture narratives, but also for a charity doing very well, not only for Zack Snyder and the memory of his daughter, but for G&G and other gamers and Snyder Cut fans alike. You want to go into that?
Yes. Thank you so much, Fat Steven Cigar. Look, I and many others, including Runner, actually, are big
No,
Zack
because
Snyder
we're not.
fans. You know,
That's
and
right.
we have all been calling for the release of the Snyder Cut of Justice League since the theatrical cut came out. But what's more important is the release of the Snyder Cut movement has never just been as simple as getting to see a fucking comic book movie. Don't get me wrong. A lot of us are excited for this movie. A lot of us aren't excited for the movie. Totally irrelevant. The Snyder Cut movement is bigger than that. For those of you who don't know, Zack Snyder, the guy that made 300, Watchmen, whatever you think of his movies, totally irrelevant. He lost his daughter to suicide, and that's something that should never happen. Suicide is a real issue. So I have found myself, and many others over at Geeks and Gamers have found ourselves, luckily enough, and we couldn't have done this without everyone's support. So thank you so much, everyone. But we have been able to connect with Zack Snyder himself, myself, Jeremy, Uche. Uche's the guy that got this all rolling, and Ryan. We have been blessed over the past 2-3 weeks or so to have a few or two Zoom calls with Zack Snyder. So I've already spoken to him, and he's a cool as fuck dude. And we're going to be doing a charity to raise money for the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. The Snyder Cut movement up to date has already raised over 500,000 American dollars. And on Snyder Cut Eve, ladies and gentlemen, Snyder Cut Eve, literally fucking hours before the Snyder Cut drops, we will be doing a live stream over on Uche's channel, The Observant Lineman, and Zack Snyder will be joining us on that live stream. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk with him about all types of things, and we're going to be raising money for suicide prevention. And we do have, and you guys haven't seen all of that. You might have seen some of it, but we do have some things that are going to be auctioned off. I've seen them. They're fucking dope. They're fucking dope. There's one piece where it's of the entire Justice League, and it's signed by the entire cast. All of them have signed this piece. All the money is going to be going directly to charity. There's a button down the button of the chat where the super chat button normally is. That money that you donate there will go directly to the charity. We have a bit over 9 days until the stream starts, and we've already raised just under $9,000. So thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody there. If you can't donate, that's cool. Like it, share it, word of mouth. If you can, that'd be fantastic. There's also going to be a link to the charity's website in case you're in a country like Australia, for example, where the donation button isn't available on YouTube yet. But it's for a really, really good cause, and this is us united. And thank you for sharing it, Fat Steven Seagal.
Oh no, man! I appreciate you coming on and letting me be shared, and you joining in on the story, because it's kind of like a pillowcase over the eyes if you don't know what another person wants to talk about. But that's the best way to look at some things, right? Getting an opposite pair of eyes that have never seen what's happened or knows the history. So I appreciate just as much as you wanting to share the Snyder Cut, because it's going to a good cause. And
thank you.
Hail Snyder, hail to his daughter in the memory.
Yeah, Autumn.
And
For
hail to
Autumn.
Autumn. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
for Autumn, because
Yeah,
I think this was made for her more than the fans, and I'll believe that.
Yeah. Like I've been saying, Snyder Cut movement is bigger than just a comic book movie. As much as I
Nice.
want to see the movie. Yeah.
Nice try, Shell. Not happening. I'm very particular. Nice try. If Lethal don't even have one, you're not getting one. Nice try.
But
Oh,
just the
there's
fact that we're already at $8,800 raised already.
Yeah.
Over a week until we go live, it's like, well, shit, I wonder how close we'll get to the goal before we hit go live.
You're doing good work. You're all doing good work. And I know Geeks and Gamers, I know they have a lot of things. They have to get a lot of things going, but they're doing hard work. I know Drunk is doing hard work in his stuff. The full Aussie is slowly being absorbed by Geeks and Gamers. I can see it. Eventually, Lyndon will be able to afford something other than a gray shirt. I'm really hoping.
I heard he had a pink one the other day when I wasn't on.
Oh, I don't want that image, bro. I don't want that image. That's just weird.
But yeah, this is a truly humbling experience. I was just 3-4 years ago, I was just someone on Twitter spamming release the Snyder Cut. And yeah, then to get to this position is crazy, absolutely crazy. And I know Zach is very appreciative of everyone that's doing this and has contributed to this. So, there's a bigger picture going on here, and it's really good shit.
It is. It is. I'm glad you guys were able to come on. I'm sorry the people I sent links to couldn't come on all at once, but I think this is a good follow-up. And Lano, if you ever see this in the future or someone recommends it, I did this out of respect because of how I see you've been treated, and I agree with Echelon at certain points. Very unbiased. You don't deserve what they're doing, what they've done, and how far they've gone. And Geek Time has joined in at the end. So they're not going to know anything, but I'll let them say hi. Are you ready, Geek Time? They've done.
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
You clearly came in on the end. I'm sorry. I didn't hear if you were actually able to with your black screen of death. But we're about closing up. So just say hi to the chat. Be like, hi, I'm the janitor. And I'm sorry. I didn't hear if you were actually able to with your black. Why am I hearing myself again? But we're about closing up.
You there?
Just say hi to the chat. Be like who am I hearing right now?
I'm gonna mute. Is it me?
Why am I hearing myself again? I'm still hearing myself.
You there?
Say hi to the chat. Be like who am I hearing right now?
I'm gonna...
Why am I hearing myself? That's Geek Time.
Yeah. Hello.
Who am I hearing right now? Is that you?
You're playing the stream.
That's Geek Time.
Oh yeah. Hang on.
Oh my god. It's everyone. Welcome to the Echo Network, not the Echo Base Network, but the Echo Network. You came in on the end, man, and I know you've been wanting to chat for a while, but we're just. You want to give your thoughts on this whole charity that's coming up?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic, and I'd love to help out in any way I can with our channel. I know we're small and we're new and whatnot, but I just think it's outstanding what the fandom's doing here.
Channel size is totally irrelevant, and thank you for your kind words. Like, I've been on YouTube for nearly 4 years, and I've got less than 5K subs, but none of that shit. Like, this is bigger. This is bigger.
All right. So if anyone doesn't want to give Lethal any more subs, give it to me. I need about 700 more. Just throw them over here. I'm panhandling like a motherfucker right now. Just bring them on over.
Yeah, we get you to 1K. We got to get Fat Steven to 1K.
Yeah, I do need to get to 1K. I really do. I'm halfway through the watch hours. I'm doing great because I got to do something other than burning my hands with motion. Oh wait, that's still on. But I'm sorry you got in here at the end, Geek. I'll try to set you up for the next one.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Other than that, chat, if you have any thoughts about cancel culture before we end this, I do suggest the link was in the chat earlier. If you want to sub and give Lano a try and just listen to one of his morning shows, they're great. His Discord's really welcoming, and I deserve 1K. Someone's gonna say 1K burritos underneath that, Rowan. But before we go, I'm going to end this on a happy note, and I think we deserve a little laughter. And before I want to finish my statement quickly, Lano, say no to rage. If you do ever see this in the future, I did this out of respect. Because I want people to understand that cancel culture is everywhere, and not all of it is the real fact that's being thrown at people. So I hope you don't take this as any more than just sharing points of view. Now, we're going to take this down because I am weirding out. We're going to remove it from the stream. That's cool. And we are going to have a little laugh to end off the night so everyone feels like they were contributing. Now, we have done this a few times on another show, but I think everyone deserves this laugh. And I know Rowan and a bunch of other people know this video. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I mute you guys?
Yep.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool.
I'm ready.
Ready.
And here we go.
Oh, excuse me, I've got some pussy hair on me. Check that shit out. It's a sticky roller designed to clean up any mess. Poodles, pussies, people, you name it. Use it as a back scratcher. You can rinse it off, dry it off, jerk it off. I don't care what you do with it or where the hair even came from. Silks, suedes, swag. Ladies, I don't care how smelly or hairy your carpets are. My rubber fingers get in there deep. Just rinse it off for a nice beverage. Wipe it off. Oh, there we are. Do all kinds of shit with it. Aren't you tired of ripping your hair out because you're trying to drive and the kids are making a fucking mess? You'll be making so much money, it pays itself off. Ooh, precious food. That's good. Thanks, buddy. Everybody has an evil cat or an annoying dog. Use it to groom them, or even yourself.
So mad.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow!
Normally, a sticky is $20, but a sticky buddy is only $10.99. You'll also get a cover. You gotta use protection. Even if it's a quickie, wrap that sticky. Stop rolling up your money with those old lint rollers. The fuck is wrong with you? Check out the suggestively sized sticky buddy. You're gonna want to stroke it, but not too much. It'll make a mess. Hide it in your purse. 007, leave it somewhere as a pleasant surprise. And like I said before, I have magic rubber fingers that get deep into your hairy cracks. Get some buddies for just $10.99. But wait, there's more. If you have jumbo-sized pubes, we got a jumbo-sized sticky bunny. Who let Spider-Man in the house? The cat's flipping turds everywhere. Who keeps flicking their boogers under the bed? But you know what? The hair that you find is yours to do with as you please. Why not make a toupee? Or break out the turbo snake? All of these guys will be your buddies with their rubber fingers for just $10.99. Ask about free shipping. Now get out of my house. Isn't that right, Mr. Wuss Wuss?
That's
Do we get a
That's great.
do we get a fandom discount on that, Steven?
I don't know. I didn't make that commercial. That's from Djibouti Dubs, and I thought everyone deserved a little bit of laugh. But yeah, I plan on doing another stream in the future since people seem to like this cancel culture, like covering it. But I'm going to be probably focusing in on the zombie kills in the quarter thing recently with the whole.
I would like to be on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because she's been proven wrong. The thread that started about the swatting has magically deleted. She has blocked a lot of people on and protected her tweets since the 2K thing. So she's in hot water. And the fact that they tried to weaponize onto another platform is against Twitch's TOS. And I will leave it at that. But back to the main subject. Thank you for coming here on the Lano Conspiracy, the Say No to Rage. Thank you for giving your opinions. Thank you for the chat for showing up. And just remember, cancel culture is a virus. A lie is nothing more than a lie, but it can destroy you before the fact that that lie gets proven. You know? Bad.
Yeah,
For sure.
and shout out to
so-
everyone in the chat for being here.
Yep, shout out indeed. Other than that, I am going to end this with one more before we close out. And you want Az to tell me to shut the fuck up? Is that a good one?
Yep.
A fat Steven Seagal with 2 Canadian. Drinker was so mean and mocked my fatness and movies. Ah, shut up, you fat fuck.
Do you still have the clip of Dr. Disrespect reading yours?
Oh, that one's great.
If I can find it, I actually do. Just give me one quick second before people go. That's funny. I have to go way back in my videos. Way back. Like way back. I don't think I have him actually saying it anymore. I have to look for it. So it'd be the
Gotta find that clip, man. It's so good.
oh my god, I don't even know
That
where it
clip
is.
is great.
It's been so long ago that I don't even know where it is.
Fat Steven Seagal says, "Hey Doc, my waistline is under
He's on the
siege."
sea. He's like, "Thank you, Steven." I think I have it. I think I have one of them I can use. Let me just get this one. Can I get to the link? There we go. Oh, I do have it. I do have it. Okay, hold on. So here we go. StreamYard. We're going to share. I forgot people still remember that one because I know. I think Az was listening to that stream when it all of a sudden said that. I'm also canon in the MCU now, so that's cool. Thanks to Quicksilver.
Nice.
No, I am.
You mean Ralph Boner?
Well, it's still part of the MCU, and the fact that out of all action heroes, that was the name said. Think about it. Come on. Let me have it. All right, we're gonna add this to stream. We'll finish off with this one and close out with some weird stuff. And here we go.
Doc, my waistline is under siege, says Fat Steven Seagal. Thank you, Steven.
Did you upload that on your channel?
Yeah, it's actually when people unsub and come back, that's one of the videos. But I'm gonna change it around. Other than that, you guys have been great. Runner, you are definitely not Superman. I don't know what the hell you are right now, but
No, this is
Super
this is a Yeah, Soup Snyder, black suit, Soup Snyder. Yeah.
I think you're on drugs.
This is actually me. No, I fucking photoshopped this. I thought it'd work. It does.
Did you actually
but yeah.
use Photoshop or?
Well, no, I
can see
used
that.
I used something else like Photoshop, but no, I think it was actually I think it's Lethal's pick of was it the Zack Snyder Jesus thing, and I thought it would work really well with the black suit Superman. Yep, there you go. That's it.
Don't forget to subscribe to Fat Steven before you hear another Super Snyder something video Photoshop story. But okay, we'll end it now. We're going to close it out. You guys have anything going on tonight before we go out?
In about 1 hour, I will be over on Mark the Cyborg's channel. We're going to be talking about the latest episode of Attack on Titan. Then after that, I think I'm getting on Uche's channel because we got some more stuff to talk about with the Snyder charity stream.
Okay, Runner. Why is there 2 of these Snoop Snyders now? What is this shit?
We're hyping it up for next week. Other than that, go subscribe to my channel. Go subscribe to La Gaming Lounge if you haven't already. It's another channel I'm a part of. And yeah, thank you for being here.
You're welcome. What about you, Geek Time? Sorry you slipped in at the end.
Yeah, no. So I was traveling last week and I just got in and
I heard
doing a bunch of stuff. So thank you for the invite, and I'd love to come back. The rest of my night will be eating and laundry and things like that.
Sounds good. I hope you're not doing both at the same time.
Oh, I might give that a shot.
Oh God, I'm out. All right, and then we got Biggles, who has broken everything in his bedroom while moving his chair.
Yeah, basically. I took everything out of my bedroom because I just got a green screen. But I don't really do anything on Mondays, but I did just make a new YouTube channel. It's basically my normal one, but without the underscore, so it's Biggles Mets. And I did drop a video today, but you don't have to check it out if you don't want to.
Yes, you do.
Okay,
Yes.
honestly, okay.
Yes, we do.
Before Biggles masters the sympathy card, and I mean sympathy will by SIMPATHY, check out his video before he breaks something in his room. I do not look like Quicksilver. That is blasphemy.
There's nothing in here.
Well, there's nothing to break. Yeah.
Just like his sex life.
Damn.
There is a Mets t-shirt though, so
I just cried. I'm going to go in a corner.
Sure you did. Thank you all for coming. And tonight, in a couple hours, Raiders of the Lost Art with Pop Culture Minefield, Script Doctor, Yeti Cast, and myself will be going on at Pop Culture's channel. It's going to be very good. I've had a lot of fun with it. We try to shoot the shit and trigger each other's ADHD. It has become very successful. And I'm going to quickly... where's that image? I know I have it somewhere because I am all over the place today with stuff. So let me find it. I think it was number 3. So I'm going to quickly change that, and I'm going to change it to that. How do I make these guys? How do I move you guys over to the side? Or does that not work like that?
No, you can only put us on the side when you're screen sharing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I'm definitely a moron today. So this is great. This is the great way to follow. I can start a stream. Not today, though. That was bad. But here we go. And we will have Raiders of the Lost Art because I'm still learning StreamYards to a point. So we share that. We'll have this to stream. This will be on Pop Culture's channel later. So tune in. And tomorrow will be the Comic Book Roundtable on my channel where we're summing up WandaVision and my older disappointments. Thank you for coming. We are good. I think that's it. I don't have any more Sticky Buddy videos. We will end it with Captain Murphy.
But if this is crazy, babe, I don't want to be sane. I'm in love with you, Wendy. Oh, Captain!